Hey y'all, it's me Tiffany and welcome back to my channel. So I follow this YouTuber called Et2Brody and he made this challenge where you read the first line of books from your bookshelves and you determine whether or not you would read these books just based off the first line and like no other context. I thought this was fun. He mentioned that you're supposed to pick a book from each shelf or do whatever's convenient for you, like if you only have a Kindle. I do not have a traditional bookshelf. All of my books that I actually own are just kind of stacked in my closet. And then like my graphic novels are like stacked on a different desk than this one, and that's also where I keep my library books. Then there's some in some boxes because I have made several huge moves, not just like down the street moves, but like major moves, and this is not my forever home, and I just don't have the energy to undo every box, every move. But I decided just to pick 10 random books I own, even though I don't have a traditional shelf just to be pulling them like that. And I didn't duplicate any series, so if there's a book in a series, there's only one. So I just thought this would be fun, so here we go. I'm just going in the order that I stacked these, which are kind of like by size, and that are in the floor next to me. So the first one is Frankenstein. This is actually the edition that I read my senior year in high school, and I bought it because it was cute. It looked like it had Bible paper, so let's read the first line. You will rejoice to hear that no disaster has accompanied the commencement of an enterprise which you have regarded with such evil forebodings. If that was literally the only thing I knew about the book, that would not intrigue me. It does sound like just an old book, to be honest. It is a great book, though. The reason why I still have it. Okay, so the next book is called A Girl Called Eel. I have not read this yet. This is actually my most recent purchased book. Oh goodness, this first sentence is long. Oh, the earth spat me out. The seas are devouring me. I'm expected in heaven, but here I am coming to my senses again, and I cannot see. Can't hear, can't feel anything. But so what? I'm just a nobody. Why should I care if this is where it all ends? As my father, the wise and wonderful all-knowing, used to say, once you're dead and buried, you won't care if you rot. It was my father, all-knowing, who decided to call me Eel. Little did he know that everyone lives in an eel pond of their own, that under every rock there lurks an eel, in every silence, a surprise. The deeper the silence, the bigger the surprise. Wait, it looks like there's no periods, like they're all commas. This is a translated book, so I don't know if that's on purpose. I have not read this yet, but oh wow, it looks like there's no periods. So is this entire book technically a sentence? A very long run-off sentence? Yeah, that first paragraph or first long sentence, whatever you want to call that, that definitely sounded interesting. More interesting than just oh. But since I'm sorry, my mind is just like, there are no periods. Like I said, this is translated, so I don't know if that's on purpose or not. My mind's just like, because I've never like seen that. So the next one is, What Would Frida Do? A Guide to Living Boldly. So the first sentence of this is, there are queens and movie stars and warriors and socialites. I mean, it's factually true. Next one is Transcendent Kingdom. This is probably in my top 3 favorite books of all time. Whenever I think of my mother, I picture a queen-size bed with her lying in it. A practiced stillness filling the room. There's either something remarkable or something like with a lot of tension, so, and I'm not just saying this because it's one of my favorite books, but yeah. Maybe. Closer to Nowhere. Answer. Take It From Me. Probably not. That sounds really generic. Fire and Rain. Before I read the first sentence, this is definitely different than the other books I own, but I bought this secondhand because the author of this was actually one of my main college professors, like in my actual degree and not like basics. And he died not too long ago, so I bought this because of him. There are more pleasant places than North Texas in August. Well, that's definitely true, because it is hot. The Voyage of the Basilisk. I've read the first book in this series, but I haven't finished it, so I don't know what to expect. Oh wow, the font is blue. Man, I'm finding out stuff about like some books I haven't read. At no point did I form the conscious intention of founding an Adbach University in my sitting room. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, Adbach, but yeah, so, all the ink is blue. Even the drawings are blue. I need to go through the other ones and see if like they're colored too. Like I listened to the first book on audiobook and then I bought the rest. Some reason I haven't bought the first book I've been meaning to. But yeah, I need to check out the other ones. I'm learning stuff about my books. Pride and Prejudice. I absolutely love this cover. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of good fortune must be in want of a wife. You know, kind of like Frankenstein, that just sounds dated. Like, not for like any feminist reasons, which I mean that's there too, but it just sounds really dated, so I don't know. I'd probably not, because that sounds like dated and like Identical by Ellen Hopkins. When I look into a mirror, it is her face I see. Her right is my left. Double moles, dimples and all. Maybe, but I don't know. That sounds very antsy teen. I mean, the protagonist is a teenager, but that sounds pretty much like a teenager, so probably not. I would need something a little more, which obviously I don't hate books with teenagers, but yeah. Okay, so this next one feels a little weird pulling this up because it's like a collection of journals, but I want to do it anyways because it's different than the other ones. It's Kurt Cobain's journals. Like, I've had this thing since I was like 11 or 12. Always been a huge Nirvana fan. Love Kurt Cobain. So, what is the first sentence in this? It's been a long time since I've opened this book. Dell, count how many times I use the word fuck. Yeah, that would win me over. Because, even outside of journals, if a normal book just opened up like that, I'd be like, okay, guys, that's 10 books from my personal collection that I read the first lines of. Is there any of the lines that just drag you in or be like, yeah, that would definitely make me read it? Or anything that's like, just that alone, I would not read? Let me know in the comments section below, and I'll link the original video down there too, so make sure you check him out. And I will see you later.